In Kentucky, where at least 16 people are confirmed dead after that massive flooding. NewsNation correspondent Robert Sherman is there live. Robert, that death toll is expected to rise.
It is, Nicole, as the search and rescue process continues and these floodwaters go down. What you see behind me is what a typical street looks like here in eastern Kentucky, totally flooded out. But you go just down the road here, it gets much worse.
I worked hard all my life. Get to a point, I'm 52 years old next month, and I've never had nothing like this happen to me.
It's the only way James Strong can get to his home, the house he spent years making into his dream image and thought for certain was built in a spot that floodwater could never get to.
Yeah, especially that deep, because like you can see, it was almost up the top of the windows there. And there might be a few shelves in a couple of the rooms I had against the ceiling, not a safe to keep things on them. Other than that, it's all.
Meanwhile, his neighbor, Debbie Spencer, escaped misfortune by a matter of inches. She spent the night waiting in terror as she heard the water climb higher and higher.
Just the horns, once the water hits the batteries, you know, the horns just blow. So it's just, you can just hear it, like the water creeps up and you know, well, there's another car.
The Commonwealth of Kentucky rocked by a historic flood that has now led to more than a dozen confirmed lives lost, including children. The death toll is expected to climb much higher in the days to come. Whole communities have been lost beneath the floodwater. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear took to the skies to tour the damage Friday.
I wish I could understand the why we've been hit so hard, but I will tell you, we see God in the response. We see people that are risking their own lives to help other people.
President Biden approving a major disaster declaration and for federal funding to go to 13 counties impacted by the storm. But the emotional toll left behind is unmistakable for some. Spencer says less than a year and a half ago, many of her neighbors were washed out by another flood and had just gotten back on their feet. She doesn't know how they'll be able to stomach it a second time.
2 times as rough. Just to hear him talk, it's going to be really, really hard on him. And a few probably won't come back.
For Strong, his home is a total loss, and he's praying for a miracle.
You can't afford flood insurance down here because it costs you a fortune to get up the flood. And my only hope is for FEMA to come in and help us out a little bit.
There are prayers for a recovery, but there are also prayers that things do not get worse, with fears that there could be more rainfall in the coming days, which will add to the floodwaters that are already on the ground. Local residents here feel like they just can't catch a break. Nicole?
Yeah, such a bad situation out there. Robert Sherman, we'll see you again in about an hour. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.